Good morning. Let's finish getting set up here. There we go. Welcome to those that are already here. Just getting set up. Cool. There's another question to answer from Twitter. Well, I see my chat. I've already got some stuff going. Good afternoon, Richard. There we go. Okay. Trying to figure out where the TFT hacker on Twitter posts his stuff. He's going to do a review of the Obsidian community, so I would like to get that. Ugh. Okay. What are we going to talk about today? OmniFocus. The fact that I think that OmniFocus is legacy software. It's OmniFocus. Just getting that ready. for OmniFocus, my discussion on OmniFocus. Put that in the middle. And that should open it over in that, so I can reference my notes at the same time. We're also trying the OmniFocus beta. I have tried it, and it is, it's fine. I don't know, it's fine. That's all I can say. That's what we're going to talk about, really. What I think about OmniFocus currently, and yeah. What else is on the agenda today, actually? I'm going to talk about OmniFocus. I'm going to talk about The Productivity Project by Chris Bailey. I'm going to answer a couple questions. I got an email question about Kanban boards. I have a Twitter question that just came up about DevonThink. I might take a look at some regex for someone in the Discord. They want to search all the files in their database or multi-word tags and turn them into multi-word backlinks with spaces. I need to loop through the whole database for that. So I will look at that and maybe as well and muddle through that, at least try to come up with part of it for them. If I can, not a regex master. Not a regex master at all. Well, the first thing we're going to do is record my stuff on OmniFocus. So when do I start this? I'm starting at about 7 minutes. Cool. Starting at 7 minutes. Talk about OmniFocus. So I'll give it a little bit of silence and then I will dive into some thoughts on OmniFocus. Check my Control Command M, my keyboard shortcut. Welcome. Today we're going to talk about OmniFocus, specifically a bit about OmniFocus 4. It's, how do you just know specifically what OmniFocus 4, but OmniFocus in general, I suppose. And the fact that it feels like legacy software now. It does not feel like this amazing task manager that I think everybody should use. Yeah, it doesn't even feel like one that's just not suited to me. It just feels like a piece of legacy software. Before we do that, a couple ways you can support the channel. The first one is really to look in the description, go to Skillshare, curtismchale.ca/Skillshare, take one of my courses there. You can find direct links to my courses. My time blocking course you're probably interested in. Talks about how I manage my time. That's it. Let's talk about OmniFocus being legacy software. So OmniFocus, legacy software. With it in test flight for OmniFocus 4, I thought, hey, I should check this out. My task needs have changed recently, going back to February when I picked up a new job, and my task needs just changed. And the other big draw to OmniFocus over top of Things 3, over top of anything else, was that the automation story can be the same because they have OmniFocus JS, where you can really, or OmniJS for all their apps really, where you can do all your automation in one spot for all of the applications. They'll work on Mac, it'll work on iPad, it'll work on your iPhone. So the automation story is in one spot, unlike Things 3, which technically is a different app on your phone and on your iPad, and you need different shortcuts for it. So you have to do a switcher every time, which is a pain in the butt. That's just a pain in the butt. It sucks that it works like that. But the more I've dug into OmniFocus, the more I think that it's legacy software, and that it's just not something for now. And I'll talk about why. Let's look at exactly why OmniFocus I think is legacy software. The first, probably the biggest pain point I have is dealing with your inbox. So I want to work from my keyboard. I want to work from my keyboard on iPad, on Mac, I guess on iPhone? Nah, mostly on iPad and Mac. And I want to do something like move this task into a new project. And ultimately, the way to do that is to start tabbing through, and now I can find a new project. So let's say this is an errand. That's what I have to do. Take that, and if I look at things 3 and look at an inbox project, then here I can hit Shift Command M and just move it to a project. I don't have to try and tab through an interface or anything like that. Even in the quick entry box, I can go Shift Command M and move it to a project. I can jump right to that. I can hit Command S and jump right to the when, so giving it a due date, which for OmniFocus you just can't do. You have to, I can even multi-select in things 3. I can multi-select tasks and I can move them all at one time into a project. Here I can multi-select, but again, there is no like Shift Command M, nothing, no stock keyboard command. Now I do have a script installed for it, and in this I can hit Control Command M, and now I can search a project. So I could say search errands, and now I have 2 options, but look at this, I gotta touch my mouse because tab does nothing. And now I can go into errands and choose it, and I could move both of them. That's one of the big things that I found frustrating. It's just a pain in the butt. Why do I need some special script to move a task to a new project? That's what I came up with in the OmniFocus forums. Just get this script, it'll do it for you. And that's a pain in the butt. Next thing was the difficulty in finding today tasks. So let's go to perspectives and show perspectives. And the difficulty in finding today, there's another thing. I went to the OmniFocus forums and said, how do I get just a list of today tasks? So I have to come in here and hit status due soon and availability of available, which sounds fine, but also means I have to come in and where is it? Change what due soon means in here. Dates and times, so due soon has to mean today. It can't mean 2 days in the future or anything like that. There's multiple options in here. What's due soon, 24 hours, 2 days, 1 week. Just to give you an idea of what's coming up is the way OmniFocus looks at it. There's no way to do that. Whereas again, in things 3, there's just the today view. It shows me everything that's due today. Those are the big things that I just kept coming back to, right? As I deal with my inbox every day at the end of the day, trying to sort it so that it's organized, so that I can really work with it and see what I have to do. I just can't. That's it. I just can't deal with all the extra tapping, clicking that OmniFocus makes me do. It feels like a piece of legacy software. Whereas things 3, yes, it's lighter, and at least at this point, the automation story isn't as nice. Although they have, Cultured Code has said and shown a link to an Apple documentation for iPadOS 15 for, what is it? Monterey, the new Mac OS that's coming out in September-ish, saying that they can unify the shortcuts now, and they're going to. So that means the automation story on that front, because there'll be shortcuts on the Mac as well, will be far better. They'll have a single automation story inside shortcuts instead of Omni.js, which is cool. Like, Omni.js is cool. It's powerful. It does lots of stuff. The big thing that I think that OmniFocus does better than anybody still is their review, right? I can go to a review tab and see that I have a bunch of tasks, and I can go through each of these projects and mark them as reviewed. Mark as reviewed, right? Not that there's anything in here. Well, there is some stuff in here, but not that like the way they do this and the way it works on iPad is also absolutely stellar. I think that's the only thing that they have on other task managers at this moment. I don't think that there's anything else that's really amazing about it, and otherwise it feels like a piece of legacy software that was really cool for a while, that people loved because it was awesome, and people continue to love it because it was the awesome thing. It doesn't feel like a modern choice anymore to me. In fact, it so doesn't feel like a modern choice, I let my OmniFocus subscription lapse, which I haven't done in a long time because I would dive in and out of it thinking, oh, it's really, like, it's good and I love these things and I'd use it sometimes. I cannot see a scenario under which I will really dive into it again for a long time, unless we start getting better keyboard commands. Unless we start getting some actual features that make it feel like a modern piece of software as opposed to a legacy behemoth that was cool and people use because of its history. That's it. If you like the video, thumbs up below. If you loved it, subscribe, hit the bell. YouTube will let you know what happened. But honestly, you should have your notifications off because you got kids to visit, books to read, stuff like that. That's probably more important for you. Take my courses at Skillshare. You can find links below. If you're looking at task management, project management, you can see I have a review of TickTick on Skillshare, which will be linked below. And I also have done a time blocking course. Check that out as well. Or you can go to curtismchale.ca/Skillshare and you can just take the courses on Skillshare. That'll give me a bit of an affiliate fee. Thank you very much. Other than that, have a good day. Ends at 15:44. Then we'll look at the chat. 44. Okay. Alex, I love Things 3. It's a simple, clean, focused app. It is. It is. Small UX details are often overlooked with some development teams. Oh, like the not able to move stuff. Yeah. That's a pain in the butt. Yeah, Things 3, just the keyboard commands, Alex, I agree, are just so stellar, and the little details in it are amazing. They're just amazing, Things 3. I like it. And then a great thing, if I bring up my iPad, is in drafts. So I don't really use drafts anymore, but I should use it for this winter. Task templates, and I can go to ski, and then I can go to this little one right here, which is the things processor. Click on it, and now I have my whole ski list right in there. That part of the automation story is excellent, and that's a script out of delete. I think it's called the things parser. I don't use drafts for much anymore, so where is it? It's under, no, that's not it. Here. Manage groups. I put under actions, 9 actions. Things parser. And it's a script that someone devised that you can get off the drafts forums, the things parser. And that means that I can just create a list for, we have skiing list. The only time I didn't use it this year, I forgot kids' ski boots. Skating as well, because I take my daughter to skating and I gotta remember to take a trailer to haul the other kids back because we have one car, bike shoes, lights, helmets for everybody, Eden's skating stuff, or mask, gloves, skate, snack. So, and then my taxes for the year, kind of like the big things I need to make sure I get in my taxes for the year. So that is another thing. I like drafts for that. Storm Breeze with the search contacts and focus mode. Yeah, so they did bring in search contacts or focus mode, right? Which is cool. That was something that I actually put a feedback in about it, and they solved it. Not that they replied to me, so maybe they were just gonna do it anyways, but that's good. Yeah, Things 3 repeating tasks are a little funny. You can't do something in the future that isn't, yeah. There's some funny stuff in there for sure. I think there's always gonna be funny stuff in a task, Richard. I think there's always going to be something in a task manager you don't like and that you need to just live with. And the goal is to find one that there's the least amount of stuff that you just have to live with, because there's always going to be something. And I think that the things parser, or sorry, the things, one thing. Okay, sorry, I got to stop for a second. Option. There we go. I was getting repeated audio on my head and it was making me think as I put my headphones in. I think that things is the least amount of things I don't like. But if you like Todoist, go for it. Like, stick with Todoist. Don't use it because I use it for sure. Use whatever works for you. Now iOS 15 beta 4. So if I go to settings, ooh, there's a new public beta. I'm not going to install that right now because who knows how long it will take, just in case I want to use my iPad today. Focus. I go to driving, people. So they did add now where I can actually search for a person right here, which is cool because originally they did not have that. And then how do you do apps in here? Allowed notifications, people, add person, always allow calls from, I should always allow calls from. My God. That's interesting. Always allow calls from everyone, no one, groups. No one, allow repeated calls. That's interesting. Why can't I just choose always allow people? I can't choose the app again in here. So I go to entertainment. Oh, apps are right there. So I have OmniFocus in here under entertainment. I should take that out because I'm not using it. And oh, you can search this too. I use this all the time. Under entertainment, and I should add it under work as well. Calendar probably as well. Workout, only those two. So use that when I'm running, when I'm writing, stuff like that. Writing. I just need to always allow my wife. I should maybe always allow my oldest daughter. Oh, apps are right there, okay. And then add apps. Under when I'm writing, I want, the only thing I want a notification from is things. I don't need notifications from anything else when I'm writing. Maybe calendar as well, because calendar is light. Calendar is just if I have a meeting coming up, so that would be good. I guess driving is just a special one, so it doesn't let you do it. It'll let you choose apps, right? Entertainment, people and apps. Startup, apps. Kill that. Let's add things. Calendar. That's probably it. My wife and my daughter. Not my other kids, because my other kids just send me text messages randomly with emojis, and I don't need that. Alex says, I know you're not on Craft anymore, but they teased a screenshot of tables. Yeah, their feature introduction is awesome. I do like Craft. I'm actually still paying for it because I'm still planning to do some other videos on it at some point. So, yeah, that's really cool. They are, and if you like it, then great. Like, use it. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even see that tweet. Yeah, the end-to-end encryption story, if you care about that, is an issue for Craft. But it's a cool thing. If you want to see it, this is what their tweet was, which I found from Anthony Baker's tweet. That's the new table. interface they're looking at, which will be cool. So I still get their emails, and I will check out and probably do like a what's new in craft thing. So at some point they have their, yeah, that was decent. Yeah, that's my next one. I got to talk about the productivity project, which is a book. See, it starts at 26 minutes. By Chris Bailey. Just gonna do a quick review of the notes too. All right, let's talk about the Productivity Project by Chris Bailey. Let's change my timeline to 27 minutes. There we go. Welcome. Today we're going to talk about a book. Can't hold it up for you because it's a Kindle book. I guess I could hold it on my Kindle. No, maybe I'll start this again, in fact. So I can put the cover up. I can like pose for the YouTube thumbnail right away. Home. There we go. Welcome. Today we're going to talk about this book right here. Productivity Project. Christopher Bailey. Chris Bailey, he goes by. He says the subtitle is Accomplishing More by Managing Your Time, Attention, and Energy. Before we do that, a few ways you can support the channel. Number one is to go and take one of my courses on Skillshare. You can find the links of all of them below, or you can go to curtismchale.ca/Skillshare, which will take you directly there. And if you join, I get some money as an affiliate. That would be awesome. You can also join us streaming Fridays, 6 a.m. Pacific right now, where we record these videos, talk about Obsidian, OmniFocus, task management, productivity, work on my upcoming Obsidian course even. That's really it. Let's dive in to Chris Bailey's The Productivity Project. So one of the big questions I ask about a book is, what's the point to me reading this? For a lot of people, reading a book like The Productivity Project is merely productivity porn. It's to make yourself feel productive because you're reading about productivity, which is probably a lie. Probably a lie. You're not really being productive. Now, according to Mr. Bailey, the purpose of The Productivity Project is... This is you. This is not the book you're looking for. This is about the 25 most important things he found with his year off of research into productivity that was just excellent. Those are the things that he thought were most impactful. So we're not going to cover all 25 of them. We're going to cover a couple of the topics that I thought were most interesting in it, and then we're going to end with kind of a disclaimer about the book. So first off, he talks a lot about measuring productivity. So Bailey says, and I agree with this totally, that the only true measure of productivity is if at the end of the day you look back and you got everything done you intended to do. If you did, you were productive. If you didn't, there were some issues possibly. It could have been that you planned way too much. That totally could have been it. But this does also mean that you have to understand what are your highest value tasks. And I don't think that Bailey does a great job at helping you define this. He does an okay job at it, but not perfect. I think a book like The 12-Week Year, which I'll link to somewhere above, below, only above, I guess, because it's YouTube, and in the description if you want to find it. A book like The 12-Week Year does a much better job at helping you define what is the most important task for you to do. Even on like an individual day where your day blows up, I think it does a really good job at giving you a question that says, if there's only one thing I did with the rest of my time today that made all the rest of my tasks irrelevant, what would be that? Like, what's the one thing that has to get done? So I think it's a better book on that point. Next up, managing energy was a good topic. He talked about the industrial era where we started doing factory work and how button seat time was a good proxy for productivity, because basically if you were there cranking widgets, you cranked more widgets by the end of the day. But that is not the case today. Like, I cannot just sit in my office for 10 hours a day and suddenly get an extra 2 hours of productivity. It's likely that if I put in 10 hours in the office in the day, I got just as much done as if I put in 8. Possibly if I put in a focus 6 hours, I did just as much. So, in fact, I find if I put a focus 6 hours in, like, I'm just spent for the day. I have no more productivity in me. So he talks about this in measuring energy. Have you directed your energy to your high value tasks? That's what he talks about. Bailey talks briefly about the energy cycle. So basically a couple hours after you wake up, whether you're a morning person or an evening person, you generally have the most energy. Then it takes a dip after a couple hours. And then if you take a bit of a rest, actually, then it comes back up, not quite as high as your morning one, and then dips back off for the rest of the day. This really lines up with a book called When by Daniel Pink. And that does a lot more discussion on that energy cycle and about the timing of events in life. Great book. I'd recommend that if you're specifically interested in how to manage your energy and looking at when the best time to do things are for a myriad of things. It even talks about, like, when's the best time for kids to be writing exams. And it might frustrate you if you have children, because you realize we literally do not equip, especially teenagers, properly to do well. We make it hard for them because it doesn't fit up with the parents' work schedule. And it's more important that work happens than that kids actually get what they want. Now, to do this, I use the mullet method. That's what I call it, mullet method of productivity. I'll put a link to that above as well. That's how I manage my energy. So in the morning, I focus. I don't really allow distractions. I work hard at my deep tasks that I need to do. And then in the afternoon, I will answer emails. I will do other things like that. So it's kind of like focus in the morning, distraction in the back. That's all my manager level tasks really I do in the afternoon, because I manage a couple people. He also addresses why you procrastinate on tasks, and it's mainly because they're hard. Those high value tasks are often hard tasks. You get paid for hard things. You don't get paid for the easy things. You get paid little for the easy things. So as the development lead for a company, I get paid for the hard things. When we had a credit card processing go down yesterday, when we had some other stuff with Safari, like, I got paid for that with the other people didn't. Stuff the other people just couldn't do. But here's the thing. Looking busy, answering a bunch of emails, answering a bunch of tasks, resolving things is what Cal Newport calls in Deep Work, busyness as a proxy for productivity. I'm going to read exactly what he says in Deep Work. In the absence of clear indicators of what it means to be productive and valuable in their jobs, many knowledge workers turn back toward an industrial indicator of productivity, doing lots of stuff in a visible manner, walking between cubicles and talking to people about work, answering lots of emails, resolving lots of tasks. So it's easy to do that. Now, there's a bunch of other stuff he covers as well. One interesting thing was he talked about attentional space. He talks about how giving yourself space between major tasks gives it the space that so you can actually focus on it again. He discusses this in the context of multitasking, where when you switch a lot between tasks, you don't give yourself the attentional space to really deal with anything. He tackles the idea of a meeting, and if you can't stop thinking about other things in a meeting, why are you even there in the first place? I have some of these in a week. Most of my meetings are pretty good, but there was at least one this week that was like a long time of me going, like, why am I even here? He tackles sleep and overwork, saying that if you work, it was 8-hour weeks, he says, by the end of 8-hour weeks, you have just as much done as if you had worked 40-hour weeks, and then you actually still have to recover from it too. So this is often an American thing. I just saw someone in my group shared the difference between European and American vacation responders, where the European was like, hey, I'm camping for the summer. Email me in September. And the American was like, hey, I'll be gone for 2 hours to have my kidney removed. You can reach me on my phone at any time. And that is really how it feels in some ways, where American, you just have to work way more. Whereas 6 weeks vacation is kind of more standard for like a programming job in Europe. Now he also introduces the distraction the internet can be and encourages you to shut off distractions. So something I just showed in the stream kind of between recording this and the video before was that iPadOS 15 beta has a great set of focus modes where I can like only let certain people contact me. So during my work block, I can only let like my boss contact me and the other like 1 or 2 people that should text me if there's an emergency, and I can like shut off everything else. So I don't get all this cycling talk from my couple friends, my local cycling friends, because I really don't need it when I'm working and I can answer it some other time. Now, there does feel like there's a fatal flaw in the book, though. It looks like it's written by like a mostly single white dude without kids, because it is. When he talks about cutting distraction, he has like no word for parents that just have kids interrupt them. Like nothing at all. It's like it doesn't even happen to people. Many times he also talks about flying to Europe, right? During his year of productivity or between years of university, he flies off to Europe and like takes this long vacation. He talks, and I'm telling you all about all my productivity. And you think, really? Like, who could actually just go do that? And like, he even talked at one point saying, hey, like I had to move in with my girlfriend's dad. Him and his girlfriend did, because we didn't have any money. And then near the end of this, I just started flying off to Europe. And you're like, really? Who can take, and he takes a year off. The whole book is based on, I took a year off because he saved some money, or he had some money after coming out of university. I don't know where he had all this money. To be productive. Just I'm going to like investigate productivity. And he said no book deal. Nobody really knew who he was. Nothing like that. I'm just going to investigate productivity and write about it for a year. And like, who can do this? Who can do this? So many times, like he'd say something, I'm like, really? Like, I don't know how this fits in with having kids. I don't know how this fits in with having other caregiving responsibilities. What if you have like an elderly parent to take care of? Something like that. Like, it just did not line up. And like, I'm a white dude clearly, you can see my skin. By all measures of the world, I am rich. Even by measures of Canada, I am comfortable. All right? I have a good paying job. My wife works some of the year. We're comfortable. But I still kept looking at this and going, this just cannot apply to me in any fashion, because you don't actually do anything to relate it to a life that a normal dad would live. So, with all of that, should you read The Productivity Project by Chris Bailey? If you're looking for a well-organized book, 25 tactics to kind of get a jump start on productivity and what it means, then this could be a good book. It doesn't get into the weeds. It doesn't get very deep. There are other books that get deeper. If you're looking to learn to manage your energy, When by Daniel Pink gets much deeper. Good, better book, more detailed on that subject specifically. If you're looking for how to cut distractions, Deep Work, Cal Newport does a really good job. If you're specifically struggling with digital distractions and how to like get away from that, The Digital Minimalism is a better book. So if you've read a bunch in the productivity genre, I'm not sure you'll get a ton out of this. There's a couple good ideas, but otherwise it was a rehash of a lot of the productivity literature and writing and out there. If you're new to it, this can be a good book, give you a good jump start, good foundation. That's it. If you liked the video, thumbs up below. If you loved it, you can hit the bell, subscribe, stuff like that. And you can take some of my Skillshare courses to support the channel. Look at the links below. I have one on TickTick, one on time blocking, one on getting started with Zettelkasten. You can find all the links to those below, and that just helps support the channel. Have an excellent day. Well, this ends at 38:57. Call it 39. 39. And then I gotta check all the chat. Y'all like chatting away. And I needed to like not. The upcoming Things 3 update, Nazar. No, I haven't. Is there an update? I saw that they had in Twitter, they had talked with Matthew Castanelli about the ability to unify their tasks. Or sorry, their shortcuts in Big Sur. Where do they talk about their upcoming update? Now I gotta find it. I don't. Their blog, maybe? Last blog post was November 12th. So I guess not that. No, Affinity Photos opening by accident. Hey, David. See, Stormbreeze, this is exactly what I said. Like, it's just felt like rich white guy productivity, where he could just like fly off and go do things. So, yeah. Anthony, well, Americans, maternity leave too for like United States of America is only like 6 weeks too, which sucks. In Canada, at least you get a year of, I think it's actually, what is it? It might be 6 weeks of maternal leave for mom having the baby, but then the rest of it of the year is parental leave, so either parent can take it. Doesn't matter. Only one at a time, though. One at a time? I'm not sure if it's one at a time or cumulative up to a full year, but you can like both be off. I don't remember. But. So like my landlord here, his wife is a doctor, and she took off 6 months, and then he took off 6 months. He's a police officer, and that's how they did it. She took off the first 6, he took off the second 6, so that's good. So I would love to take a sabbatical. My wife is kind of on a sabbatical this year, and she says I can take one. The difference between me taking it and my wife taking it, though, is that she can take it and I can pay for everything. And if I take it, I can't. Like, her job doesn't pay for everything, so that's a pain in the butt. I've got to like work for 2 years to save the money. Then I can take a sabbatical, or have enough courses around that I can take a summer off. I'd love to do that. And I see, when I take a summer off, would I still stream? I might still stream on a Friday or something. I might still work on courses. I would just have no requirement of anyone else of me, and I'd say no to everything that wasn't me deciding to do something. That's probably what it would be. A big, yeah. There's a beta test of future versions. How do you get on the beta test list for Things 3? There's an interesting book, sad book, Stormbreeze, about, it's All In, but it's not the one by the dragon. All In, Dad's on the Outside or something? All In Dad. Oh, I can't find it. All In book. It talks about dads, all in our work first culture fails dads, families, and there you go. Here's my review of this book, and it talked about exactly this, like dads getting shut out. Actually, so I talked to the friend at one point, and he was like totally on board with like how we treat dads not great. And the next thing he basically said was, yeah, but there was this guy at my work that took off like an extra week when he had a baby, and like that was not okay. Dude, you literally just said that that's not okay as to be a dad. So yeah, go to their website, Things Beta. I would love to get on the beta of that. Oh, you know, I just realized the beta program. I don't know if I can do this. It says don't talk about the betas at all. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to wait. Just gonna have to wait. I'll totally don't want to talk about the betas and share things. So, all right, like I've shown off. People asked about OmniFocus 4, and I showed that off a little bit. Not that I said anything bad about that. So, do it. Yeah, so I'm gonna get my phone. Hang on. I forgot I was gonna order an M1 iPad this morning. So I spend money. I spend money badly, and I forgot. So I don't have a credit card. I have a Visa debit. They're kind of rare in Canada. That's why I disclaim them. I know in the US they're like more common. Although we've had indirect email money transfers, I can just like email money to people. So I need to order my iPad right now. Because I can transfer enough money now. Because I transferred $1,500 yesterday, $1,500 today. So, or about $1,500 today, and I'm ordering an M1 iPad Air. Oh, I just typed in chat again. Apple.com, in Canada, iPad. I am getting, let's just share my screen. iPad Pro. I'm getting a 12.9 again. All right, that'll mean I can match it up with my current. Can I do it? Oh, I can't. Good. So I have a 2018 which has this rectangular camera bump. This one has the square one. So I just checked my Visa mount. My Visa mount is a square one, so I can use that. I'm gonna get 1 terabyte. I kind of will change. How much is the 2? It's $500. I'm not gonna spend an extra $500. I'm gonna get Wi-Fi. I've only used the 1 terabyte on mine, the full size, like once. So no engraving. Apple Pencil and keyboards. I already have an Apple Pencil. I will need another floppy, not that keyboard. Is that a white one? No, my Magic Keyboard will still work. I will need to get 269, add one of these. Yeah, I have a 2018 iPad Pro now, right? That's what I share on my screen sometimes. So this is 2018 iPad Pro. So 2548. I'm gonna add AppleCare. Yes, I'm really going for the M1 iPad. Do you think is there a reason I shouldn't, Nazar? Currently unavailable. I'll get it August 10th. So 10-ish days. Add to bag. Do I need anything else? I don't think so. Review. $27. Just over $3,000. The Magflot, is that the one that Chris Lawley just did? Yeah, I've seen it. It's okay. Not high enough, and it's not adjustable. So like mine, I built a plate and I took a magnet cover for the iPad and made a Visa mount. So I can like move my iPad around on my desk as I want. I can like bring it up beside my camera as a second monitor. I can bring it down like to draw, like put my elbow on the table and draw and stuff like that. Like, I just don't see why. Yeah, height adjustable, great. What do I do? Visa. I think that's build a magnetic right there. I built a magnetic iPad Pro Visa stand. Copy link. You can see it here. There you go. That is my magnetic Visa mount. I don't ever do engraving. I don't know that it devalues it for me that much, because like these products end up going to like, my wife will try out the iPad Pro and see if she likes it. She has a iPad. So I wonder if she'll find the iPad Pro too big. I wonder if she'll find the iPad Pro too big, actually. For her needs, in which case then my children will get an iPad Pro as like a secondary homework machine. And I'm recording early to stop the heat. I still feel like quite warm in here. Still quite warm in here. Just trimming my final transfer to TD Visa. Continue. Now, the reason I wonder if she will not find it too bad is because she will work on it. Now, we've got to buy the keyboards. This is not... I did choose the Smart Keyboard Folio, Nazar, because I have a... what's the other floaty keyboard with trackpad? I can't remember the name of it. I already have one that fits it, so I don't need another one that fits it. And I use the Smart Keyboard Folio like what did my wife use this for recently? We were watching the Olympics on it while she made pizza, and like at the end I was like, oh look, there's flour all over the keyboard. I just like took the iPad off, took a cloth, wiped the whole thing down. Perfect for that use. I use it in the kitchen all the time when I'm baking. That's when I use it. I'm just making sure the money transferred, and I will buy this thing. There you go. I'm just gonna, there we go. Make sure you don't get any personal information here the best I can. Although I know I do bad at this sometimes. I'd like it delivered, space gray. Delivered, continue to shipping address. Yeah. What's your contact information? Oh. The cooking channel. So what do we make good? We make a really, really good pizza. We've been working on our pizza for like 10 years. And it's one of the things, funny enough, that we kind of upped with our, with COVID. We upped it a bit. We do a better job at it. And I make good cookies. I use my mother-in-law's recipe, and she actually likes it when I make cookies more, because I do better at it than her. Ready to place my order. There we go. I think that's it. Monday, August 9th, I'll get the keyboard. Great. And then maybe by the 10th, I'll get the actual thing. I have to do a pizza. Okay, what does the chat say? I told you why I choose the Smart Keyboard Folio. I don't hold it like a book, Anthony. Like, that's the thing. I just don't hold it like a book very often. I don't read on it. I read, like, if I'm going to read on it, I have it, like, on my lap like a laptop. Generally. Or I do it like here, right? I've got the, well, you'll see you haven't seen the video yet, but I have like a Visa stand and I just have it like ergonomic and high. So like when I'm actually using my iPad day to day, I don't actually sit here. I sit like over here. And then my iPad is like literally perfect height for me, and I have a mechanical keyboard and I have the trackpad. So yeah. A few more things to check out. I have a Magic Keyboard already. I would never get white. If my family wants an Apple Pencil, they're going to have to grab one. My wife, she can just grab it, clip it to the top, and it'll switch pairing. That's fine. I just clip it to the top of mine after. I think that'll be interesting. Does it actually change pairing like that? So, Stormbreeze, your husband does not use an iPad. Yeah. I look forward to the Curtis McHale cooking channel on YouTube. I make a mean cookie, like I said. We make a pretty good pizza. We use the barbecue. We'd like to get an Uni pizza oven at some point to make a pizza video. The internet demands this. Or Skillshare class. My current iPad, so the current 2018 I have now, it will probably stay the beta device for a bit. And then my wife will try it out and see what she likes. So at the beginning, she's gonna borrow one of my keyboards. I'll let her use the keyboard with the trackpad. So coming to August, she'll have a little bit of work to do again. She's been off for like most of the summer. Coming to August, she'll have a little bit of work to do again for the skating thing, and I'll give her the trackpad keyboard to try out, and then she can use the Folio keyboard full time on it. That's what she can do. And then other than that, if it becomes it could become her main computer. That's the big thing. I think she might like it because it could become her main computer. As long as she doesn't mind the size when she's like looking at Facebook and stuff. And if she's like, nope, this is not for me, then I'll go to, I guess the kids as a homework machine, but I probably will find like a more secure case for them. So with the kids, there's my order. I would go to, I'm not going to scroll up. Like if they're going to use it, maybe my oldest daughter would get it as her primary device. She doesn't know this, but she's getting a phone too. When September, I'll order a new phone and she'll get my phone. What do I want? Of course, iPad keyboards. So I could see getting my kid more something like that. Which iPad do I have? I have an iPad Pro devices. iPad Pro 3rd gen, 2nd gen. Let's just go with this. Because then whatever case I got would fit there. There's that one, the Combo Touch. I get that maybe this, a little more robust. If they drop it, there's more to it. Or I actually have a keyboard that I'd probably give them. It's the, who makes it? Someone sent it to me. Let me grab it, hang on. That's this thing. So it's got like robust rounded corners. Oh, let's do this. Robust rounded corners on it here. Keyboard kind of sits like this, right, when you use it, and it's got a kickstand on it on the back too. So this is the one I used for quite a while. Kickstand comes down from the top and then goes like that. So I used this for a while. It's a decent keyboard, not too flexible. It'll fit the 2018 iPad, the one that they have already, as like a thicker keyboard. So I might even let my wife try this. It doesn't have a trackpad on it because there's no trackpad support. The Apple Pencil still magnets in there. And then it also has like a little slot in the bottom for the iPad, for the Apple Pencil to sit. Oh, and it's like, that's plenty hard if they drop it and hit the screen, and the rest of it's pretty robust. Probably the worst part is that the keys could get junk in them. And it's Bluetooth, so you gotta like turn it off and charge it and stuff. That's probably the worst part. Decent keyboard. That's what I used for a long time until I finally sprung for the Apple keyboards with the magnets, and the magnets are just amazing. So, but if they don't have this VESA mount to magnet in and out of, then it wouldn't be a big deal. So, yeah, that's what my current iPad will be. Depends on if my wife wants it, then it'll be hers, and if not, then my kids will get it. And that's probably what they'll get. So the keyboard also kind of tears off. So I've done a review of that in a while. I did like a no. Was it the Pro Case one? Yeah, it's called it from Pro Case, the Pro Case Folio. That's what that one was. And I loved it for quite a while, so. It's for the Pro Case. I do not have an M1 Mac Mini, I have an M1 Air, which I might replace as well in the next number of months. So, bought it earlier this year, and I might replace it as well. Oh, Devon Think to Go is a great relator service. So that was on my last video, was on the Pro Case. This one is the iPad Pro Keyboard Case Shootout. Look at this. Shootout. I was looking at all the cases I have. Really the only ones I use now are the Apple cases. They're just the best. Just for the uses I need, they're the best. The Pro Case is nice because you can tear the keyboard off if you're going to cook, and then you just don't have a keyboard. You don't have the keyboard hanging out in front. That's a nice thing. Devon Think to Go as a read it later service is excellent. I have also done a video on that. Funny enough. Didn't I do a video on that? Oh, I thought I did a video on that. What was this one? Oops. No. Devon Think is a read it later service. I did do a video on that. There you go. Yeah, the Magic Keyboard is not, or the pencil isn't safe in its spot at all. I honestly don't take the pencil away from my desk very often. I just pop it off and stick it on my desk and carry it around. So like, I used it to watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier last night while I did dishes. Like, my laptop never leaves my desk. If you run your finger along it, probably not today because I cleaned it, but there's like, you can feel the dust that gets on the laptop keyboard. So a better machine for me probably actually is an M1 Mac Mini. It would also give me multi-monitor support, which I kind of crave, especially for streaming. I'd love to have a full second monitor up here with all these. Like, I have this, my laptop is just full of windows. I can't even get to most of them. I'd love that. I'd probably set it up with one here. Yeah, one here with camera sticking in the middle. And then my iPad would be kind of be out of the way. I might have to move my iPad station to like over here then. Like on this side with my VESA arm. So, to see. And I'd do another monitor. Like, I might get the USB-C version of the same monitor, this LG. So, yeah, it's not safe. So in that other case I just had it here, it's totally safe. In the bottom at least, you just snap it in and it's safe. So the Pro Case one, good case. I wonder if you can still buy it actually. Oh, that was in chat. That's not what I wanted to do. I don't normally shop on Amazon.com, but affiliate links come from there, so. Pro Case. do they have now? Pro case. Can you still buy this thing? I've had one like this before as well. I actually gave that away to a friend. Actually, my wife's co-worker's sister. She got an iPad and couldn't afford a case or something like that, so I just gave her literally one of these. I told her just to keep it because I didn't need it back. ProCase sent me that one to test out. ProCase iPad, ProCase keyboard. That's similar. I also have one something like this. What is it? Keyboard. And this $99 one. Don't buy that one. That, like, the trackpad sucked. I haven't actually pulled it out since I reviewed it. It's not stellar. Not even worth like, oh, for 99 bucks, it's like works good enough. No, it's just bad. Well, the cases I would recommend now are either of the Apple cases. They're both great. I still have around. I haven't used it in a long time, partially because you're not traveling, so I just don't need it. But I haven't used the Bridge case without the trackpad. I have that as well. That's good. I've had one like this too. Pro case iPad Pro keyboard case support Apple Pencil tray, slim, lightweight. Nice thing about this is this flap actually covers the iPad Pro. Right, you can see it flap. I might have that. I might have this one still. I don't know. And the keyboard is okay. Is it really the Pro case one? No, it wasn't. Initech. That's the one that I liked. The other one that I would give the keyboard. Kids. Pro case is the Folio one. There it is, right there. That's the one that I like. Initech iPad case. It's 49 bucks. US. Yeah. That might be the only other thing, actually, now that you say, Nazar, the keyboard, it is a little tight here for some USB-C accessories right there. A little tight for some USB-C accessories. My dongles fit fine, but my USB-C SD card reader is a little wider, and that was not great. That had trouble. But this is the one. It's the Initech case. Initech iPad Pro. That one was good. Gen 3, so this is for the older one. Oh no, it's got the square kind of keyboard. But this says Gen 3. iPad Pro 12. Oh, and it'll fit, yeah. So yeah, this would be the current version of it. This is a good one. This is one I let the kids use. Stable enough. It's got big bump corners on it. Like, just gonna show there. Yeah. But if you are using it with like my Visa style setup where there's magnets, it's just too much trouble to put it in and out. That's a pain in the butt. So I wasn't gonna do it. It's 50 bucks US. That's pretty good. Like, that's a good price. 50 bucks. I think for 50 bucks US, it's $50 worth of like good case. Totally valid case. If you are more concerned about your iPad and like how it's going to be treated, then this is like a stellar case for it. Switch Easy cover, but I gotta look this up. I have heard this name, I just haven't actually looked at it. Oh, this thing. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen this before. Who talks about this? Your Average Consumer, I think. So this is like a little shell, for those that don't know, that goes on your iPad, and it's thin enough that it works with the Apple cases still. Right, you can see it there. Little shell, and it protects your Apple Pencil. Right, Apple Pencil. Nope. You know what else I'm gonna need? I'm gonna need another Paperlike. That's what I'm gonna need. This is the time I try like other things that aren't Paperlike officially. Hate tempered glass ones. I hate the tempered glass ones. I've got tempered glass on my phone and they crack immediately, number one. Maybe that. $19. Because the actual Paperlike screen protector is like way more expensive. Paperlike, there we go, is expensive. It is by Paperlike. Now I like it. I've owned the 59 bucks. iPad size 12.9. I like it. And last time I got one that came bent, like just on the quarter, not much. And they sent me like, they overnighted. I got it in like 3 or 4 days. I got a new one. So I had an annoying one on my iPad for a little bit, but then it was great. This is the JTech one. Anti-glare. I think I'm going to take a flyer on a few of these. Maybe that's what I'll do. I can't buy them today though. That's the thing, because I just maxed out how much I can transfer to my card because I spend money too much. So I keep that number low. Not buying glass ones. These. I don't want that. Isn't there like a Moshi one? Moshi visor? I think that's what I've heard David Sparks say he likes. Pitaka? I assume that's like a shell case. Pitaka iPad case 12.9. No, it just yeah, it's the same type of magnet case, but the iPad, the pencil just slots on here instead. Yeah, I just don't think I'm into those at all. How much is this one? $87. I'm not gonna take a flyer on an $87 one, I don't think. But this one is only that. I can do this tomorrow. I take free delivery. Maybe I should try a few. Which one do I try first though? The JTech one? So this is something I'd actually keep my, I have to do this tomorrow. I will keep my old one, like my old iPad around to test the Paperlike thing on it versus some of the new ones. But I'll have to buy those tomorrow. I don't have any more money to spend today. I wonder if there's any other interesting iPad accessories right now. If I just go like this. Are there any other interesting iPad accessories right now? There's my Amazon device thinking I was talking to it for some reason. Anything other iPad that I should review? Like my kids right now, what is it, my daughter uses the iPad mini and she's got like a pretty gnarly case on it, which is good because she like threw up on her iPad once. And since it's like, it's not a waterproof case, but since it's like mostly covered with the screen and everything, we just took the case off and wiped it up. That was good. D-brand skins, I've just never used them. I keep wanting to get one. When I get one for my AirPod Pros probably, because my wife and I, we haven't mixed them up. There's often a like, whose are whose questions going around. So I have not used them otherwise. I hear they're good. I think about it on my original iPad. It probably wasn't D-brand, but I had like a Van Gogh Starry Night sticker on the back because I love that painting. Any other interesting iPad accessories? Get a teleprompter? No, I'm not going to do that. Don't know what to do with the teleprompter. I don't love these docks either that stick on the side. Like, then you get all your cables just hanging off the side of your device. I don't like it. Don't like it. I've seen this thing too, but the trackpads are just so much better. Pineapple skin. That's funny. Nothing else interesting. I do look at this still to see if there's other interesting iPad accessories, and I just don't see them. And like, I'm not interested in that stand that Chris has. It's, yeah, just not interested. I was interested in the one. Who did that? Someone just did one that I can't use anymore because of how they designed it. Because the new iPad is slightly thicker. It had like all the ports on it. I was like, that I thought, oh, maybe like maybe that would be useful to have a whole dock in one. Especially looking at the price of like the Thunderbolt 4 docks, which is what I have. I have a CalDigit Thunderbolt 4 hub. Everyday City Backpack, Nazar. I like the... Oh, it's a photo one. Who makes it now? Of course. I have a GoRuck GR1. I like that. That's a good one. Very sturdy. I used to slide my laptop into the inner sleeve inside there, and it keeps it tight enough that I could like throw a jacket in and I could run to 5K to Starbucks. I'd run to it with a laptop on my back, totally fine. Had enough extra pockets as well, and it's waterproof enough. Although I did have a waterproof case because I'm in BC and there's lots of rain sometimes. The other one is Peak Design. That's who makes the other one. I have a Peak Design. You can't buy it now. You can't buy that backpack because they have a V2 out of it. It is the... Oh no, bags. This one. Everyday Backpack, I think they used to call it. Yeah, so I have the V1 of this and I like it. I use that lots too. It is, it's not waterproof, but I view waterproof as like you can dunk it in the water. It is certainly rain proof. I have the V1 of this and I like it. I love that it's reconfigurable. Like I took it when I went out camping and I could like slide the camera bits I wanted in and slide some books in and everything. It's got all the handles that I didn't have to worry about at the beach. It's another good one. When I've done some vlogging, it's nice to carry all my stuff around too. And then the GoRuck, I'll come back to paper screen protector later. GoRuck. I actually reviewed the GoRuck. I have the GR1. They've changed the model slightly. Let me look around and see which one I have. Rucksacks GR1. Yep, GR1. In 21 liter. With a Star Wars Rebels patch on it. Okay, so I know for some Americans this is like, oh, military theme, this is awesome. I never get that, but sure. I just like it. It is understated enough. So like there's a back, I've done a review of this too. Years of the GoRuck GR1. There you you go. Did a video on it and everything. So, like, I biked with it for a long time. So I put my bike lock in there, pretty easy. The bike lock also fits in the side pocket on the Peak Design bag, no problem. Oh, that was my old office. That was years ago. It's waterproof enough to, like, just, you know, the 15-minute ride back and forth, no problems. I take it hiking, as you can see, up in the snow. Weekend dad bag, so it has like these little pockets that it came with, and again they're all like military themed, but I had a diaper one for a long time. I just had all the diaper stuff in it, so on the weekends I just swap out like my cords and swap in the diaper stuff. Camera was okay. Yeah. There's that one. Did I review the Peak Design? Ugh. Did I review my... I did not. I've never reviewed my Peak Design Everyday V1. Not that it matters at this point since you can't buy it, but I suppose I could still review it. So I've sold this messenger style bag from Peak Design. Oh, I've sold it? I need to sell that bag because I don't want it anymore. I bought it used. I used it a little bit. It's just not the right bag for me. Although I need to talk to my wife. She used it for coaching once. To make sure she doesn't want it for like weekend coaching. So when she has competitions for skating, she was a good bag to like stick some stuff in and not be worried about. This just talks about 3 different bags I use. You go. So the one thing about GoRec bags is they're really expensive. If you're looking at that as our Peak Design. What's the other one? I think I have them at Joint Force, which is a local store. Joint Force Tactical. One of the reasons I shop at tactical stores is because I have cycling legs and they are big. Yeah, this is the right manufacturer. 511 Tactical makes them. They're just so tactical. That's the thing. They're good. Oh, we're searching for Rush. Let's just go to bags and cases. Yeah, so I gotta buy stuff at tactical stores because my legs are big. 511 that I was looking at that I liked. A good guy to talk about bags that you got to pay for his content is Benjamin Brooks. He does tend towards the US rah-rah, take all your knives side of things. But that's a good company. 511 is decent. I didn't find their shorts lasted, although I always have trouble with shorts. And pants. I always have trouble with them, so I wouldn't fault them for that. Who else makes good EDC bags? Osprey makes excellent packs. Do they have in their like everyday line? I have a number of Osprey backpacks. Just lifestyle. Everyday. Like I'd probably go away, stupid thing. It would probably look like this size, to be honest. Now, because I carry so little, like that's all I would need. Throw my iPad in there, a book, my phone, done. I'm not allowed to buy more bags though. I have too many. I've got my backpacking backpack for kids because I got to carry so much. I've got my little backpacking backpack. Excuse me. I've got a huge Timbuktu bag that's like serious waterproof, not like dunk it under, but like ride for 6 hours in the pouring rain, get splashed by trucks, waterproof. Also fits an entire case of beer, an entire bag of a couple like box of diapers. It's huge. I used to show up to the mail, pick up my mail on my P.O. box with that, and they'd be like, there's no way you're going to fit whatever it was in there. And I'd like unzip the sides of the bag, and it would like triple in size. And they'd be like, oh, okay. From Timbuktu. You probably don't need that bag. It's huge. And I have a 37-liter, like for myself, Osprey bag. I have, my kids have Osprey bags. They're great. Like, they're really good. Their kids' bags are awesome. But this is sleek and stylish. I'd also look at Arc'teryx. They're another one. I've had an Arc'teryx bag before, which is excellent. Arc'teryx. Definitely tend towards more of the like outdoor brands because that's what I know. Daypack. Yeah, some of these are like big day packs. I've looked at this before. This one? The Blade 6, I think. And I've looked at this one before, the 28. The 28's way too big for like my day-to-day needs. Go away. Accept all cookies. Oh, of course, taking back the top. 22 is probably too big. 16, I don't love the look of that one. You probably don't need ice axe carrying. I think I looked at the Blade 20 when I was looking at packs last year myself. Not that anybody's gone anywhere yet. Right? You go clothes. That's a nice thing. That the straps get out of the way. Nice thing about the Peak Design backpack is it's got a sleeve if you're traveling that it slides right down your the handle on your luggage. That's a really nice feature on the Peak Design bag. Yeah, I don't know if I like that one though. Really? What else does Arc'teryx have right now in day packs? Just for like around the city day pack. Maybe that one? Urban commuter bag? I don't know though, that's like a little... Maybe. The key lanyard. I always think key lanyards need to be like up front where you can actually get at them though. I don't know if I like anything from Arc'teryx for that. They make nice packs though. They make nice stuff. But I don't know if I like any of their packs. Granville 20. Ripstop nylon. No, I think I like the Osprey one the most. What about what we looked at today? Peak Design is decent. $3.29 Canadian, so yeah. Stormbreeze. I used to love my Osprey. For some reason I did an impulse buy of a pack that I don't really like for my school backpack. I bought lots of backpacks. Like I said, I've got 3 in my office that I use. I have a really tiny Timbuktu sling as well that I use sometimes. And then I got a like laptop thing from some company. They wanted to send me stuff to review. They couldn't because I'm in Canada. That's like a common thing. Like I can't actually send you anything because you're in Canada. But they gave me 99% off, so I think I paid $1.60 for like 100 and whatever dollars worth of stuff, which wasn't too bad. I would do that. So. Street cleaners outside. Yeah, the Peak Design bag is nice. Like I have no complaints with it. I bought the V1 the day they announced the V2s. I looked around and the V1s had gone on sale, so I bought the V1. And I'm gonna sell the Messenger. I just need to take some photos of it. What other good brands would I recommend for bags? I would look at Timbuk2 as well. Timbuk2 bags. I'd look at them as well. They make decent bags. I think that they build them all as like cycling messenger bags, but they're not really. You'd want backpacks. Yeah, messengers hurt my shoulder too. That's why my sling is like really tiny from them. Like it fits like an iPad, and like that's almost it. An iPad, a book, that's all it's got. Doesn't fit anything else. So they make some good stuff. Their Esprit line, that's what I have. Do I see it anymore? Oh, it might be their commuter one. That looks like what used to be called their Esprit line. It's like actually like pour like rain on you for an hour. Yeah, but you need all those storage needs. Like that's a lot of storage in there. Timbuk2 would be another company I'd look at, depending on what your price point is. And then another really nice one is Mission Workshop. Really nice. I had one of their messengers for a while. It was stellar, and then I just wasn't using it anymore, and my shoulder was getting sore, so I stopped. But like, I literally rode home from Vancouver once. Oh, so many things. Go away. Backpacks. I literally rode home from Vancouver in like torrential 50 millimeters of rain, with trucks like hitting puddles and splashing me down from the side, and nothing was wet. It's that type of bag. So like there's smaller Ramblers. You can see how they expand. So this is something like what my big bag does. So it can be small most of the time. You're like, hey, I really got to take stuff. See, Anthony, have a good one. That would be an interesting bag. Rambler VX. I have a bag similar to this already. That's what my Timbuk2 bag kind of does. But then it can be small. So that's a nice one. The Rake. It's an interesting bag. It just always looks limited to me. But they make really nice bags. Like really nice. But you pay for it. You do definitely pay for them. What is that? I'm going to want to buy another bag. My wife's going to be annoyed at that. I'm not going to buy another bag. I just bought an iPad. Straps are super comfortable in their bags. They used to build, they're the original owners of Chrome Workshop, which is another good company. I had a couple of their messenger bags over the years. That's not a lot of pictures though. I want to see what the storage. It's another one I would recommend to look at. Yeah, REI has a good stuff. I really like Cotopaxi as well because they look super cool. Cotopaxi bags. Oh, I don't think I spelled Cotopaxi. So they also do a really cool thing now. See, they got really wild colors. I love it. But they also have like a sustainable shop where they build them. No, I never want push notifications. 16-liter backpack. So they have like local sustainable shop in South America. And these colors come up random because the people are just allowed to choose them. So that would be one these might be a little more hiking, so you have to look at it. But I love the company and I love their story, and their packs are awesome. I love the colors. Love the colors. They've just started carrying them around me locally. Cotopaxi would be another one I'd look at. Or Chrome Industries. Be another one I'd look at. I've owned their messenger bags before. They were stellar. I literally just sold them because I didn't need them anymore. Continue to shop. Backpacks. Yes, Cotopaxi does. You're right. Leftover fabrics, leftover buckles, and they pay like a living wage and do like awesome stuff. So Chrome Industries will be more cycling focused as well. But you'll get like this one maybe? It's 26, it's still pretty big. What's the other one I really liked? Roadrunner? Yeah, I've had some of these too. And these are big. Just look at their backpacks in general. Slacker day pack. Be one to look at. I have interior views of it. Ugh. Their site sucks though. I've ordered from this site a couple times. It's a sucky site, but no, that's what it looks like. High quality stuff. I've got a couple of their products before. They're nice. But then they have stuff like that's huge. Like fit a case of beer huge. They're a large anything pack. You don't need that. It's huge. And they should all be like weatherproof. So that's another one you might look at, the Evil Mini. Not that they have any pictures of it. Oh, there it is. It's a smaller bag. They're a US handmade company. That's a nice bag too. Here you go. This week in bag talk now. I like nice things. That's the thing. I like nice things. Okay. Markdown for Obsidian. I have done this before. There we go. This is my Obsidian course. Oh, I didn't write about it. Gotta watch the video. I totally wrote about it. I would have had notes on this somewhere. Nope. I don't see it. Chase Reeves bags are great, yeah. I do watch them sometimes. I do watch Chase. Chase Reeves is great. I could totally see reviewing bags. I just bought an iPad instead, I suppose. I could have bought a couple bags for that. And then I have to store them, and that would annoy my wife. Chase Reeves bag channel is good, and then Bo Ismono? Magnets? I'm not sure what you're asking now. Oh, this guy. Yeah, I've seen this guy's stuff. I've seen Bo's stuff. He does do a great job.
My name is Bo Ismono. I'm a filmmaker.
He does a great job on stuff as well. Agreed. That's a comment that Chase makes. I haven't watched Chase's stuff in a bit, but his stuff is great. I've been looking for a new bag, so when I start looking for a new bag, I start going through a bunch of stuff. If I was going to get a new bag now, what would it be? I don't even know. Don't even know. Something small. I don't need a lot. I do like a small sling, but it's got to be small. Like, not heavy enough at all to... Let me just subscribe. Chase Reeves. There you go. Subscribe to him, too. He also does good stuff on bags. It'd be fun to do that. Pack Hacker is another one I say. Oh, I can get me to watch all these. Sure, we'll do another one. I could totally do this type of reviewing, though. That would be fun. I wonder if it's in... Oh, I do have it in my notes already. Oh, no, I don't. I don't have it. Okay, so what do I need to cover for markdown? Headings. And then you can do... I think for this, like, I'll actually be showing this off. What else do we need to do? Block quote, bold, italic. My course is unlikely to cover CSS. At least in the beginning. I can add it to split vertically. Here's the outline. Advanced. There you go. It'll be in the advanced chunk, which will be coming like after. I'll probably release the other things first. Text. I don't even know what text is. Let's see. Highlight. There you go. Cool. See, like I need to go like look at someone else's stuff. Hey, oh. Ango 1? Ango? I don't know how to say that, sorry. That was probably terrible. I'd say link me to a pronunciation guide, but you can't actually put links in, so. Sorry. I'm sorry. What else do I actually use? So, extras, we should do links. And then we should do transclusion. And we should do text markup. Also need to do single line code, multi-line code. Why do I always do link? I do this all the time. Code reference. The other things I'll need to do in there. Tags or links, transclusion. Like for the actual thing, I'll probably walk right through this in the course and like just share my screen and show you what I use, how I use it. I want to review that. Productivity Guru has one. I should probably watch Nick Milo's video. Man, every time. Autoplay is off. I never want autoplay on. It always does it. Oh look, mine is in there. Perfect. Do they have it here in his embeds? Should probably deal with embeds still before Obsidian extras. Embeds. Tables. There we go. Ooh, underline. How do you do an underline in markdown? That's interesting. There you go. Text can't be underlined in markdown. It says strike through is double tilde. Where is that key on my computer? I don't even know if I have it. Do I ever use it? Where is it on here? I don't even know. Chrome. I might not even have that key anywhere. I don't even have like a QWERTY keyword around to look at. No, so it should be on my... Should be there. Why didn't it show up? Oh, I do have it. Nah. There you go. Strike through. Jeez, I even have the key with the symbol on it, and I missed it on my Moonlander. One thing to note, so it said in that article I highlighted briefly is that for accessibility reasons, links are underlined. And this is like a thing. All links should be underlined, even in content anywhere on the web, as an accessibility thing, because color alone does not suffice as showing that something is a link. So that is, yeah. What's triple dash? It's nothing in Obsidian. Oh, horizontal line. Horizontal line. You're right. Forgot about that. Got a separator. I mean horizontal line. We just did that, didn't we? This is an HR right there. Three dash. I hear a bunch of yelling. Well, it's not my house, so it's not my children. Okay. That's an HR. Oh, for the tilde key? Do I have it on mine? I do have it on mine. But on my iPad, I don't have any iPad keyboards around, so I can't tell. So I have it on mechanical and Pro 2. I need to plug that in and reprogram it again. To my Mac, reprogram it again. Cool. Well, that might be it really for the day. Got a little bit more done on this. I do need to come up and do those, like, look at those things. Ugh. Getting started with Obsidian, introduction to markdown. I actually need to go review. I need to do more on my own time too. I've got a lot to do. Well, I've got those edited. I haven't mentioned standard links or images. I haven't. Oh, come on. Who needs standard links and images? Nobody needs those. I don't actually use images all the time, so I'll have to look that up. I know it's a variation on the link one, but I don't remember it, so I gotta look it up. No, they're not lubed out of the box. The N Pro 2 switches are not lubed out of the box, but I like them. They're silver, Kale silver switches. Actually, I have Kale silver switches for my main lander that I just haven't ever got around to installing. So I still need to wash them. I never said I was gonna do that last week. I never did wash them. It's filthy because I got white switches. I should get black put on here. Then I just won't see the dirt. So. Images, standard links. I need to come up here and just make a note that I should go through tables. So Stormbreeze says, as for underline, people have been underlining book titles and bibliographies for eternity. Should that not count for something? And no, it probably shouldn't on the web. It's a different format. In the web, the accessibility guidelines say that if it's a link, it needs to be underlined. So that means Wikipedia. Over here, on not underlined links, not accessible. Not accessible. That's like level 2 accessibility. So kind of basic to count that you did it. Doesn't count. Wikipedia is not an accessible site. That's what you're saying. All links need to be underlined if they're a link. That is the web accessibility guidelines. So it's a different format, right? Like you underline them in a book, great, but dude, no one's like touching clicking on a book to get to that. So yeah. Images, also files. You can link to files here. Well, I need to show that off. Not that I ever do it. Dvorak layout. I started using Dvorak layout 10 years ago, maybe, James? Is this hard if you ever have to sit down and use a standard key or other keyboards? It is. I haven't installed Beta 4 yet, Nazar. I just saw it this morning, so I'll install it after this and let you know. Dvorak. So when was this? 2012, maybe? I worked on it for a weekend. I did like a whole bunch of typing classes with it and figured, hey, on Monday I'll just go back to QWERTY. And on Monday I went, no way. And I could not go back to QWERTY, so I just learned it. So it's a funny switch. When I use my iPad on-screen keyboard software, QWERTY, totally no problem. I just type, it's easy. Something in my brain just lets me switch like that. I've actually heard that from more than one person. So when I type QWERTY, like on my kid's computer or my wife's computer, is it hard? I'm definitely slower, but I'm still, my kids are like, how do you type so fast? And I'm like, slower. I got to look at the keyboard more, but it comes back. If I have to do it like for a little while, then it comes back-ish. I'm nowhere near as fast as like 100 plus words a minute on my Dvorak. So I didn't find it too hard, but there's definitely some time there. If you're going to do it, like the thing to do it is, I don't know, maybe do it on a vacation if you don't want to impact work, but like sit down and like literally train yourself. You are training yourself for like a month or two. I'd say it was probably 2 weeks and I was back to like 60 to 70 words a minute pretty reasonably without many mistakes. And then it was another couple months before I kind of came back up to the 100. I think I was at like 90 to 100 before, and then I'm now over to 110. I still actually do some training once in a while on my typing speed. So, yeah. And I don't actually ever switch my keys really. Like if you looked at the keys on this keyboard, I've only switched the keys that I couldn't remember. So like the comma key, because again, this is a funny Moonlander keyboard, right? I think I've showed this before. Where's my IHD? Right, this is a funny keyboard with a funny layout. Oh, it's so bright. Sorry, nothing I can do about that. It's a white keyboard. Then it was just a funny layout, but like my Pro 2, I'd never switched the key. It still looks QWERTY to anybody else. And I have a shortcut on my iPad because my Moonlander is actually programmed for Dvorak by default. Like it actually outputs Dvorak keys, so I can just leave my computer, my laptop, to standard layout QWERTY. Whereas my Pro 2 does it in software on the device. So I have a keyboard shortcut if I ever switch, because I do occasionally use my Moonlander on my iPad, and I have a keyboard, like basically a quick to get to the shortcuts keyboard switcher to switch to Dvorak. You still have to actually go switch it, but it's a quick shortcut. It just goes to the settings URL. So, it's nice. Anyways, I think that's it. I'm going to go for my run. Oh, how long is it today? I'm probably just going to do 8K. I think I have like 22K tomorrow. 22K and over the, over a mountain, up a mountain, back down part of the mountain, down to a lake system, around the lakes. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. We'll do the Flora Loop in Chilliwack if you want to look that up. Look at Flora Lake. That's where I'm going to be tomorrow. At like, probably want to start at 6. It's going to be crazy busy coming out of that. You come out at Lindeman Lake, and they end in the same parking lot, but that Lindeman Lake is like a crazy, crazy busy hike, so I don't actually like it. yeah. That's it. Have an excellent day. Try to behave yourself today. That's it. Thanks for watching. Ciao. See you next week.